All right, and we're back. Welcome
We're live.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Mass and Drum Whiskey Room. A little bit of a double dip tonight. We have gonna have a lot of fun going on tonight with doing our next single barrel selection with Cat's Eye Distillery. We have Nassif, the founder, creator of the brand, down in the just below that down there. So what we're going to be doing is tasting through some crazy. So what we have tonight in front of us is 4 samples of 26-year-old Canadian corn whiskey. So ridiculous. So we are the proofs on them are crazy, and we cannot wait to pick one of these beauties. Obviously, I got my man and my partner in crime, Scott, my bourbon journey. How you doing, man?
What's up? Hey, thanks for having me. I'm glad you guys all included me in on this deal. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I figured I'd throw you a little bit of a whiskey bone.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Just below him are the superstars, David and Kira of whiskeychannel.com.
That's great.
It doesn't even sound right. It doesn't.
How you guys doing? You guys excited for this one?
Yeah,
I'm pumped.
super excited. Like some of our favorite pours of all time have come out of Gene's establishment, if you will.
Gene's
out of Gene's pants. Some of our favorite sips of all time. So we're really excited.
Yeah, so it kind of worked out because Gene had messaged me, hey, we got some great barrels coming in, and then literally I think like the next or the same day, David, you were asking about a Cat's Eye Obtainium single barrel. Is there any way we could do that? And I'm like, hey, just by chance, Gene just reached out to me. He's got some crazy barrels coming in. Let's partner up. Let's do it. Depending on how many barrels here, you guys, we'll give you your allotment for your viewers. Scott and I will get ours. We'll partner up. We'll split them, and we'll have some fun with it. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, we'll get 12 bottles, and then the other guys will get the rest of them. So
what you guys don't know is that Gene and I have been in cahoots on this the whole time. Gene and I, we've been through the whole purchase process. We knew that Scott wouldn't go for it. So we concocted this thing where Gene would buy it. I would ask the question, like really timed back to back. Scott would be out of the loop. And then we would send Scott a red hat. And then it would just all work out.
It's all rigged.
It seems like the plan is coming together, is what it seems like. That.
Yeah. Meanwhile, David and Kira have all 4 of these barrels in their garage right now. And obviously, we have Gene Nassif from Cat's Eye Distillery. Gene, welcome to the show. Thanks for hanging out with us and tasting through these with us. Tell us a little bit about how Cat's Eye came to be. I'm not really sure I've even heard the whole story. Yeah. So before we dive into it, why don't you tell us a bit of a background while these fire breathers open up a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool story. So Cat's Eye Distillery predated me entering the company 2016 thereabouts. John Baker founded Cat's Eye Distillery. Cat's Eye Distillery was focused on doing in-house products. They had Essence of Iowa and Krumpnik as their 2 main products. Essence of Iowa was an all-corn bourbon distilled in Iowa with Iowa corn. Krumpnik is a Polish liqueur, often drank during this time of the year. Think about it as like Jaeger, but tastes completely different. But the idea is cold winter night, you drink this sweet lemon. I think you guys have had it, or at least a couple of you, but sweet liqueur. I start talking to John in 2018, late 2018. I say, hey, John, I've got this idea. Let's try bringing the independent bottling concept to the United States, i.e., instead of just being a non-distiller producer where you don't say where the barrel came from, and also exclusively sourcing from MGP, which most were doing at the time. Mm-hmm. Let's start getting stuff from all over. I mean, just world is your oyster. Let's try barrels from other countries. Let's see if we can import. Let's do it. And John was game to give it a try. So I bought the barrels. We first bought light whiskey barrels. And we can talk about light whiskey later too, which Fred Minnick, I remember, who was it with, had his take on light whiskey the other day. We can discuss that. But started with light whiskey. It turned out that people liked it more than they thought that they would. Article comes out in Punch magazine, which is a fairly famous, I guess, online magazine for the bar industry. The return of light whiskey, or the accidental return of light whiskey. And we go from there. We start sourcing different barrels. We had Polish rye. We had a Jim Beam distilled corn whiskey way back when. MGP products. But, in terms of grand scheme of things, we didn't want to focus on MGP. We would rather focus on the oddball stuff. I end up getting some more and more different be Dickel distilled rye, not the source stuff, the Dickel distilled stuff. What else do we do though? Super interesting.
That Polish rye you guys did end up being pretty legendary bottle.
It was, looking back, I wish I would have bought all the barrels. At that point in time, I didn't have the money for it. I would have bought every single one if I could. Same goes for the light whiskey. 2,000 barrels.
Yeah, definitely one of the most unique ryes I've ever had. It was absolutely amazing.
And it was beautiful. And it was the coolest thing was to, it's not something you will find ever again. I brought it to the market and I told a story. So I think that concept picked up quickly. The consumer was becoming more and more educated. They wanted to know what was in their glass. And all of a sudden you had somebody that was willing to, fully transparent, tell them exactly what was in the glass. So,
yeah. And the Obtainiums, these light whiskeys, as you mentioned, started gaining some popularity, the finished ones. People started seeing these bottles with a very simple white label on it. A couple of reviews, dropped on them like, man, what is this stuff? And I think as more of that stuff kept coming out, I think I honestly think Cat's Eye helped change the perception a little bit of what light whiskey can be.
Absolutely. And not only that, but I think telling the story of what light whiskey really was changed the minds of a lot of consumers. Mm-hmm. It's not the aged vodka, or at least it shouldn't be perceived as the aged vodka that a lot of people did perceive it as. The way that I pitch it to people, wouldn't even call it a pitch, but it is a blending agent, but think of it as Scotch single grain. Scotch single grain is used in blends, but it's still respected almost as much as malts. It's great for what it is. I bet 4 or 5 different single grains that I absolutely love. And then the same goes for Canadian blending whiskey. The thing about Canadian blending whiskey is that it's more or less light whiskey. It's more or less single grain. So it's kind of cool to be able to tell the story of how light whiskey in America is what single grain is to Scotland, is what Canadian corn blending whiskey is to Canada. So it's so cool to tell that story. And then I took the step further in 2020 to start blending with the light whiskey base, which created Nassif Family Reserve.
Here.
Yep. That's a nice,
and then the rest is history.
Yeah, that Nassif Reserve blend is great, especially the one that ADHD Whiskey did. That was freaking awesome.
And next year is going to be really cool. We're going to start recasting Nassif Family Reserve, which I am beyond happy with. In other words, you know how Scotch, they do the blended casks?
Yeah.
We're going to do that. Or like High West, I guess. We're going to blend and then recast.
Oh, that's cool. As far as like finding these barrels, are you just going through brokers, or do you have kind of a honey hole where you're getting some of these really rare casks?
The difference between me and everybody else right now, at least at my level, because at a certain point, buying power, it controls. So if you have the money, you get access to the better stuff.
For sure.
But I'm also willing to call every single broker, every single seller, every single even owner of barrels that I know, and get a dozen no's before I get one yes. So I think that's another big difference.
There you go, man. It's all about the hustle. It's all about the Benjamins, baby, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
No one's seen an Obtainium light whiskey before. That's a bottle. This actually happens to be one of the KBBS finished ones.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sounds super good.
And then this is one of their light whiskeys. This is one that's finished in port. The 14-year-old finished in port, has that really nice color. This is the one I reviewed. when I did the review of Obtainium, which is pretty cool.
I like just the simple labels. It's just nice, you know. You don't have to like worry about trying to look through labels all over the bottle and everything. It's nice.
The
Yeah, we don't
backstory
read
is we
either,
didn't have the
Scott.
money.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it worked for you.
Travis
Yeah.
Wallard is joining in from the Blind Pig in Cedar Rapids. Going to join in more in a minute. Long date, work needed, good food, and good whiskey. Hell yeah. What was your thought processes on the Nassif Family Reserve rum? It's the most off the wall rum I've ever tried. I hate to say it, it's not palatable for me.
I wanted to expand on the independent bottling line. I did two things at that time. I went into rum, so I sourced the best rum I could find at the time. Came from Rum Central, which is a rum importer in Texas. I believe Barrel Craft Spirits uses them, a few other major brands.
Yep.
I said I want a blend that hits the profile of the bourbon drinker, and that's what we came up with. It's 6 to 10 years. Aged in used whiskey, new oak, and export barrels, proof to 107, and then we had that price point of $39.99, which was aggressive in the market.
That's the other thing I think that's really cool about Obtainium. Just in a way of like Barrel, you're not just sticking with the light whiskeys and kind of pigeonholing yourself. You're expanding into rum, expanding into Canadian whiskey, different types of finishes. And also that baby right there, which we already got a question about it, which is the Armagnac.
Yeah.
I want some of that new Armagnac. Is that what we're looking at right there?
Yep. Yeah, I got about a dozen bottles for personal consumption the other day. Brought them home.
Hell yeah.
Hold that up there. Let's take a look.
You'll probably have 9 after this live stream.
Oh yeah, 54% ABV.
Nice.
Wow, dude.
24 to 37 years old.
That's crazy.
Wow. Do you have like a price point on that yet, or can you say anything about that?
Oh yeah, should be around 150 retail.
Okay. All right.
That's a really good price for that type of an aged Armagnac.
Yeah, you got that right.
That's the same way that Kira talks about her age.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
37 years old. Yeah. Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in that range is Kira. Yeah. All right, guys. So again, what we have here tonight, guys, is 26-year-old corn whiskey out of Canada. I don't know, Gene, if you want to tell us a little bit about these barrels before we dive in.
Yeah, let's do it. So the long and the short of it is Constellation Brands owned Palliser Distillery, which is also known as Black Velvet. Black Velvet was sold 2 years ago, maybe, to Heaven Hill.
Yep.
And as part of the transaction, Heaven Hill did not want a lot of the older stock, the whiskey stock. They bought Black Velvet to be a volume company to produce not the higher end spirits, but to do the volume market mainly in the Midwest. Let's be honest. Midwest is Black Velvet territory.
Hell yeah.
On Royal territory.
That's right, boy.
So there was a bunch of old stock that was sitting around. I bought about 8 barrels first. Then I got approached again and I liked it. And I get approached again and they say, hey, there's like over 1,000 barrels. Do you want to make an offer on it? And I tried my absolute hardest to buy all of it, like all of the stock that Black Velvet had. Fell a bit short. Couldn't get all the money together. It would have been, I mean, you're talking many, many times the value of what I thought I would make in a lifetime. Like it was a big number.
Wow.
So I ended up kind of settling back. And then one day he texts me, one of the guys over at Constellation, hey, I've got these corn whiskey barrels available. They were the ones that they blended into the blended whiskey. So this stock is what gets blended in along with the rye to make Canadian blended whiskey. And I said, absolutely, let's go for it.
Okay.
So I bought these barrels, knowing that in theory, they are light whiskey. You've got Canadian corn distilled to a higher proof. So it's between 140 and 180 proof that they distilled this. And then barrel entry was 154. So it's within 10 proof points of MGP light whiskey.
Wow.
Okay. Holy shit balls. Okay.
Aye, aye, aye.
I want that.
And then aged in the Canadian rye barrels.
All right.
Okay, so then they aged it in some Canadian rye. Okay.
Yep. Instead of like
Okay,
bourbon.
So that's the detail I did not know. So it's high corn whiskey aged in Canadian rye barrels. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's a little twist.
All right. So real quick, DC says he has photo evidence of how M and J get their booze from Canada. Moose smugglers. DC, if you email me that photo that you made that long time ago, let me know and I'll throw it up here on the screen.
Moose smugglers.
Last question here before we dive into these samples. I think it came in here from where did I see it? I think it was Uncle Buck asked it. Yeah, what's Gene's favorite creation?
That's loaded. The most meaningful creation I ever made was Nassif Family Reserve. I
Mhm.
blended that and created it for my wedding. It launched on my wedding day, and the reason why I put it together was because my parents and grandparents specifically couldn't take the 140 proof light whiskey, which was hilarious. And,
Go figure.
Hey man, you got to take care of grandma.
I decided to put together Nassif Family Reserve as being my like blended sourced product line, and it turned out to be pretty awesome. So that's the one that's the most meaningful. I actually keep bottles from my wedding that I've been drinking now. My 1 year anniversary, I had a glass from that original run.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
That is awesome. And congrats on the 1 year. You made it. 1 year.
I did.
Yeah.
It turns out I made it.
Yeah.
Here.
We had a pandemic wedding and then survived, and then had a hell of a last, I would say 2021. John and I, my partner and I, just company grew more than we ever thought that it would grow. And then people started calling us and texting us because we had our phone numbers on our website, and we realized that was probably a bad idea. Stuff like that.
And look at you now. You're on YouTube Live with an Italian, 2 former turds, and a Canadian.
Well, there you go.
Canadian. Jesus. Yeah. Sorry.
He's so insulted by that.
He told you that in confidence. He told you this Canadian descent in confidence, Jason.
Oh yeah. Son of a bitch.
All right, guys. So let's dive into these. I cannot fucking wait now that I know the background to these barrels. So the funny part is Scott, what did you say about the proof earlier when you said we're going to do it in proof order?
I said let's go in proof order. I'm like it literally varies by like 0.259 million. I'm like, look at this. I'm like, in all honesty, when I started putting them together, I fucked it all up. I'm like, they're all so close. I could just mix them all together and like, let's just call it a night, Jesus.
Well, Scott, we labeled them out in proof order, like 1 proof point between lowest and highest, right? Like the lowest is 155.28 and the highest is 156.2.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you got a whole point there to play
Also,
with.
so the first one we're going to taste is SC-318, 155.28 proof.
That's our number A.
All right, next one is the SC-348. Number 3 is SC-399, and the last one is 398. So,
yeah.
And this is, in case you missed it, this is how we smuggle whiskey out of Canada. There it is.
Yeah.
Apparently, I disguise myself as a Mountie, and Scott brings his hock and his whiskey and his butter.
I don't trust that little dude who's peeking over that "Welcome to Canada" sign though. That dude looks shady. He looks a little shady there.
Hey, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't get it through, man.
Trying to catch me on my moose. Jesus.
All right, guys. All right, Turd, you ready for this shit?
So ready, dude. So ready.
Hey, Gene, I was going to ask you, just like all the Canadian stuff, I know when they distill, they do all their grains as 100%. So we're talking about is this 100% corn whiskey aged in the rye barrels?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And their blends are also, for the most part, like I did the, it's a light whiskey. 1 second. I've got one somewhere. When I did my blended whiskey, I got to find it, but The cool thing about that is that they did all the grains different. So they did base whiskey, which is like higher proof even than the corn whiskey.
Yeah.
Corn whiskey and rye. Then they blended it like 95, 3, and 2,
Okay.
and then they barreled it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So this is actually pretty different than most Life's whiskeys I've had. It's I think I'm picking up a little bit of the like an orange rye spice in here, which is
I was thinking though, there's a little, definitely some citrus that's there.
Yeah.
I was actually picking a little rye off the nose too, and then Kira says there's no rye in here, and I'm like, sweetie, they've been talking about these things being Asian rye barrels for like 30 minutes. She's like, oh yeah, I zoned out.
I told you that in confidence.
Yeah.
Look, we're all one big family.
If you, Kira, if you think for 1 second you're telling that guy something in like in confidence, come on.
Exactly.
Come on. He just
all I know is if we're all family, someone's getting hit in the face with a meatball.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's Tony. It's Tony.
Hey.
Take my flip flop off.
Yeah, this is like almost like if you melted a candy corn over an orange.
Boy.
Yeah, I always forget what that's called. The orange with the cloves in it that used to be around like in the 80s and Christmas. I don't know if anyone still does that anymore.
It's a witch ball.
A
With
witch.
the chocolate around them.
Which ball?
Yeah, yeah, and then like cloves in the orange, and then you can do whatever you want with it from there. Like sometimes sometimes they're just set out for smelling.
Yeah, and I think don't they like cook it like with a big ham and like permeates the ham.
Yeah.
I mean, Scott knows a lot about ham. I don't know.
Scott, tell me about it.
I'm just not getting the hock on this one really right now. So
Yeah, but yeah, definitely get a lot of the citrus in the rye to go along with all that corn sweetness. It's nice.
yeah, that there's like a like when David said that about like the rye spice, you wouldn't think you'd get that, but it's definitely there. That's for sure.
Scott, you wouldn't think I'd be able to nose that, but it's
That's
definitely.
that's why I was surprised. I had to mute myself. I choked on my water before when you said that.
Kira, what are you picking up on this first one? You like it?
I'm only picking up brown sugar. I don't know where you guys are finding oranges and cloves. I'm trying.
I can see brown sugar.
I can see that.
Yeah. Or just like sugar in general. Just name your sugar.
Yeah.
No, it's the brown one.
All right, it's the brown sugar only.
Yeah.
But only you're allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Yes, only that.
Kira is the only one that found the brown sugar. Let it
The rest of us just found sugar.
I was getting a little more of like a Splenda kind of note, but whatever.
Oh, that's
You
it. That's it. You're dead to Kira.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you ready to go in on this?
All right.
I'm gonna taste this stuff.
Hey, before we do that, has anyone ever had anything at this proof before?
No.
I
I'm
don't-
That's
a
right.
full 10 proof points below this up until this
Okay.
point.
Yeah, I don't think I've had anything this high, honestly.
Whew. I already drank it.
Look at Gene just from the bottle. Look at that man.
My cup's almost gone.
How is your cup almost gone?
Well, you guys kept talking
Wow.
and I kept pouring it in.
I mean, honestly, my first thought is it's way more complex than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
You
not.
know what it tasted like to me, and this might be beyond bizarre. The Elijah Craig barrel proof every once in a while. Not saying it's like the bourbon at all,
Yeah.
but the front end, the first thing that hits your palate, seems very, very similar to like some of the higher proof Elijah Craig barrel proofs I've had.
Huh. Yeah. It's way. There's way more complexity than I thought. I thought it'd be a little more singular, but man, that's pretty good.
Quick question for Bubble Bath Bourbon. Were all the Canadian whiskey barrels in that 26 to 27 year age range?
All the ones that I bought?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
No.
I think the youngest ones I got turned 26 November 18th.
Okay.
It's getting better too. It's getting a little bit more toffee on the toffee side of things.
Yes.
I was getting like a lot of that, more of like even more of like a baker's chocolate. Like it's not like a milk chocolate, but there's that like a little bit of a tartness that's there too on it.
So my first sip was candy corn and like a hint of rye. My second sip, Jason, where you were going, second sip was more barrel, toffee, sweetness. It was really, it changed from sip to sip. I mean, that's crazy, but it's got a lot of complexity to it.
So
Yeah,
it's
and
like
that's
an everlasting gobstopper too.
Yeah, that just
where
keeps
it
changing and
changes.
changing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just glass one, guys. We got
Can't wait.
You also get like that like dryness like right away, but it goes away pretty quickly, and then that sweetness kind of kicks in on it.
Jason Lehman with a nice comment here. Watching from Bettendorf tonight. I overlooked the obtaining because of the simple label. Huge mistake. Started seeing it mentioned in Whiskey Tube, and now it's my favorite bottle I own.
Cool.
You know, he can tour our distillery anytime. I mean, we are in Bettendorf, Iowa.
Yeah.
We do free tours.
He's probably sitting outside there right now. You don't even know yet.
Yeah,
He
Jason
should be.
Lehman. Jason Lehman, get your act together. Call Gene.
Man, all right, that's
This
interesting.
isn't our channel. You can't yell at people.
That's what I do.
He can, yeah, like I said, we're all family. He'll get a meatball in the face later. It'll be fine.
Someone will give me a vanilla nut tap later. Be fine.
Oh man.
I'm gonna get one more sip on number one here because it's like the everlasting gobstower was like a perfect like analogy because it keeps changing.
And I feel like you just keep swallowing. Like the light whiskey, you swallow it and then you just get that vanilla toffee forever.
Yeah.
This one, it's like something salty or like the MSG where it's just.
Yeah, it is. That was the one thing it's kind of drying a little bit, but not in a bad way. It's like salted toffee, like salted caramel almost.
Is anybody else getting a little bit of mint as this goes on? Just a little bit of mint.
No.
From the rye.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, you're 100% wrong.
Exactly.
No, there's no what now there's mint in whiskey? Who the hell is I don't know. Jesus.
My experience is always wrong. That's all I know about Whiskey Tube is that whatever I experience is not the right thing at all.
Yeah.
Kira kills me. It's just simply no. No.
Exactly. Got to knock you down a little bit.
That's how we do it. One of us tells the other one that they're wrong.
All right, get a little bit of water. We're going to the second one here.
Did you bring water?
I did bring water,
But
but I
you
don't
brought
know
Budweiser.
to drink it.
Budweiser. I know you can cleanse your palate with Fireball, guys.
Yeah.
We have a handle of it actually right down there.
I do.
A
I
handle.
don't know if that's a good idea.
Is that a good idea? Is that good?
No.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Oh, you know what a worse idea is? Let me see if I can find
Yeah,
it.
Gene.
Oh, here. Do you guys know
Oh,
what
my
this
goodness.
is and the
What is
story
that?
behind it?
What do you got?
No, what's
Moonshine?
that?
It's called the divorce jug.
You told me about this. That's like
Yep.
the little bit of all the barrels, right?
Everything that's like left over that doesn't fill up like a full barrel or a full bottle, we put in here, and it's called the divorce jug.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's in there? Like 187 proof?
Let's get divorced.
It's like, it's in the high 120s was the last time we proved it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's like the bourbon, the rye, corn whiskey. I mean, a little bit of everything. So I've only got one bottle, but it's pretty good.
My wife's been pissing me off. My wife's been pissing me off lately. Let me get a swig of that bottle right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Is anybody else starting to get the feeling that Gene's life is a lot cooler than yours?
Yeah, the guy has a neon sign of himself. His own last sign.
That's bullshit. Insurance is way better.
And the kicker is, I'm still a divorce attorney by day.
Are you?
Yeah.
Jesus. Hey, Julie, did you hear that?
Yeah, who's going to pay the retainer first?
Wow, he's a divorce attorney. Like if I was like looking at this screen for the first time and didn't know who you were, Gene, I think with that neon sign, you're like a Persian club owner.
Lebanese, close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough. Yeah, we're like two countries away?
Yeah. Come to my club. Let's have a dance.
Gene does like whiskey tasting in the champagne room.
Not a bad idea.
All right, you guys, are you on to number 2 yet? Anyone?
Yeah, and two, I'm getting a lot more fruit in it. Nice.
Yeah, a lot more fruit. Yeah, there's a lot more juicy fruit bubble gum in this one.
Mhm.
Actually,
A couple
juicy
were-
fruit isn't bubble gum, I don't think.
A
Huh.
couple were cotton candy.
Yeah.
I forgot which one was cotton candy of those 4.
Yeah, this one does smell like those cotton candy grapes. You know, it's like $8 grapes for like 2 grapes.
Good call, Kier. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I can totally see that.
The grapes that I yell at you every time you buy them because I'm
Yeah.
like, they're just grapes. Why did you spend $12 on half a thing of grapes?
They're so good.
If Patreon wants to know where their money's going, it's going to these fucking cotton candy
Yeah.
grapes.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, this is actually completely different nose than the first one to me.
Yeah.
The first one to me has got way more rye heaviness, more spice to it, a little bit more savory. But number 2 is just all sweet.
Don't breathe too hard in it.
Yeah. Did you go nose deep? You okay?
I did.
Don't go too deep.
That's what she
That's what she said.
Oh, I love it. I love the smell of this one more than number A.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm the exact opposite. I like the smell of A better than this one, but I do appreciate that it's cotton candy and lighter. It's 100% different.
Yeah. And I mean, we'll go back to these because once it hits your lips and it changes a little bit, like if you go back to one now, it even smells different than the first time I nosed it. So
I think two on the palate's much more like brown sugar. There's a lot more of that's there to it.
All right, let's try it.
No.
I already did.
And plus, I think you just meant regular sugar.
No. The brown one. The brown one.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I get the brown sugar, but I also get a little bit more of the alcohol flavor on number 2. And I wasn't getting that on number 1.
Oh, I love this one.
You like to be hit, though. You like.
I like it.
Yeah. David, you forgot to press the mute button again.
You like to have the shit smacked out of you. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
Ooh, that one's good. I think this one actually goes on longer in my face than the other one does.
Phrasing?
Well, I tried to have good phrasing.
I think I'm with Kira on this one, except long on the face part.
Yeah, this is you keep going back to number 2. This is good. It's real good.
And once we get through all 4, something to do as well that I noticed was adding water. A lot of these blossomed out really nice.
All right, yeah, we'll add a couple drops, see what it does. Bring down the proof a little bit.
You're gonna have to give me your water because I have 0 water.
I will give you a little bit of water. I'll give you a splash.
That was a mistake coming into a tasting of like 2 million proof whiskey with no water.
That's how gangsta I am.
I guess.
Well, apparently you like to be smacked in the face with a long...
With something long, yeah.
That's why she visits her boyfriend.
Oh.
It's true.
Yeah. I love that there was like already like a drum set, like just already fired up, like ready for that.
Yeah, he's got all the sound effects.
Oh man. When you're not good at whiskey, you got to accommodate or compensate some way. Yeah, we use sound effects and fart jokes.
Oh man.
Yes, thanks, Brett. Brett Marquette is letting us, after this amazing barrel, head over to join Julie and Dan L at Lifetime Whiskey. Dan is back. Julie just got back not too long ago. Then Dan just came back. Glad he's back home, and they will be streaming tonight. So definitely join them for the shenanigans following this.
Oh man, 3's nice.
All right, let's go to 3.
All right, 3's nice.
So 3 is probably I'm getting the most oak out of the 3 so far. This is
really very nice.
Yeah, this is a really nice oak. Oak right
Again.
There's a lot just.
Here, open your mouth and breathe in, girl.
This is her process. Her process is to get like assaulted by the glass, and then she makes a determination.
Yeah,
straight to the dome.
This one also with the oak, I get a ton of floral, but I think that's how I smell oak then, because I don't know.
Maybe.
We got
a lot more custard on this one. Not more of that vanilla cake or something there too.
What kind of custard have you had?
Yeah, I was gonna say more like a vanilla cake. Custard's 100% wrong, Scott.
It's cake. It's cake custard. Cake custard.
Congrats on the time travel you're doing tonight. Hope you all land well. Thank you so much, Uncle Buck. Well, we'll wake up and we'll let you know what year we wake up in. Yeah, I'm with Kira. I think floral is kind of. I think it's more of a like 1 was giving me more rye, 2 was giving me more sweet. I think 3 is kind of a little bit of a combo of both.
Oh, that's different. That's different.
Oh, you already went in for it, Scott? We're
did.
supposed to do it together. Jeez.
Scott doesn't wait for nobody. He's taking notes.
No. I'm gangsta. I just jump right in.
Yeah, someone's getting a Canadian meatball to the head.
Someone's got to.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
That's
Yeah.
dry. That's really dry.
That's way different than the other two.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is a bad, not bad. I meant like it's a bad cream pie that someone tried to make.
sweet. Gene has watched our channel. It's okay. You can tell him that it tastes bad.
But in a good way. I mean, I don't want that cream
Oh,
pie.
that's
But
like
I'll
tastes
drink
like
it.
shit. Oh, excuse me, but in a really good way.
Turd Ferguson. Why do these light corn whiskeys come out of the barrel such high proof? The distillation is very high, and it also goes into the barrel at about 180 proof somewhere. So
154 were these barrels. So the light whiskey,
okay,
the MGP light whiskey was about 140 barrel entry.
okay,
And then the Canadian whiskey, the corn whiskey I got was 154.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
there you go. So you're already starting at a very high proof, and depending on maturation, that's going to go,
Up or down.
up or down. Generally, when you're looking at a Canadian whiskey, they tend to go up.
Yep.
Yeah, I think 3 drinks like the other 2, like I wasn't getting like a bunch of ethanol or even heat, but 3, man, that'll give you a little pucker.
Yeah.
3 is also coming in a little bit, a touch of the saltiness that I was getting on the other one. I'm getting in 3 a lot as well, which is it's a little bit drying.
Yeah, I think
Exactly. Yeah.
Really dry.
And Kira was talking about that has a little bit of a creamy taste to it, which I know coming out of her mouth sounds perverted, but coming out of my mouth sounds better. It is this dry, creamy, salty.
Yeah. Someone put too much salt in their cream pie.
Not enough of your proprietary brown sugar, just too much salt.
What kind of cream pie are you talking about?
What kind of cream pie are you guys talking about?
A salty cream pie.
Master, would you ever blend those or pick? We're just going to pick one single barrel here with these.
I might be blending it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure Gene has plans for some another Nassif Reserve.
Oh no, it's even funnier than that. I'm doing a seltzer with it.
Really?
You were posting pictures about that, weren't you?
Yeah, I had this stupid idea one day. I was like, how much of a middle finger would it be to do a hard seltzer with 26-year-old whiskey?
Yeah.
And then I kind of thought to myself, like, do it. What are people going to say? They're going to throw a fit about it. And so I said, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Love it.
That's how you get the attention.
I love it.
Make people mad. And
Anything that makes people upset over something that you are 100% able to do and it's fun, but it makes the people upset, I'm all for it. Like mix Pappy with Coke, mix 26-year-old stuff with seltzer. I'm all about it.
Yeah,
play pool with 12 bottles of Blanton's. Let's do it.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
Who's rich enough to do that? Geez, look at how. My gosh, I'm done.
Gene, I think what you should work on next too is one of the RTDs. Do a ready to drink, man. Those things are taking off.
I've thought about it. I called RTDs in 2017.
Yeah.
I said they're going to be the next big thing. Even before I got really into whiskey, I thought the RTDs would be huge. Yep. Problem is in Iowa, long story short, you have to get a brewer's license to actually do most of it.
Oh.
So the only way I can even do a hard seltzer is I have to wholesale the alcohol to a brewer, and the brewery actually has to make it, which doesn't make a bit of sense. But,
no, it doesn't. Like I'm talking 120 proof RTD would sell like that's amazing.
That'd be crazy.
That's just whiskey in a can.
That's
You'd be like always sunny. It's always sunny. Just get Coke cans and fill them up with whiskey, just full of whiskey.
Yeah.
just add like 2 drops of bitters to it, and you're done.
You got it. Exactly.
Gene, if you ever put whiskey in the can, tell me you're gonna put like red food coloring in it. So just like It's Always Sunny, you get red lips when you drink it. That's perfect.
Make the mouth hole in the can really wide.
Oh yeah, big gulp.
A big gulp. You can have like rip off Mickey's or something. Remember, you just have like a big old chuggaroo or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we'll call it, the big old chuggaroo.
Gene, I think you just got 4 more partners in this thing.
Well, there you go. You got it.
Sign us up, man. We got great ideas, $1 million ideas.
We're Willy Wonka.
I've got like $16 I can contribute. So if you're getting
That won't even get you a can.
who asked you? Who asked you?
Oh man. Let's see here. ADHD whiskey. Master, I was a little concerned when I heard you guys were teaming up the shelf turds on the barrel pick. So have you guys gave me your senses and shows whiskeychannel.com.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've
Yep.
turned a corner.
We're real now. We're very real.
Except for their shelf turds, shelf turds.
Yeah, number four. Number 4 is like a like an
I think
orange
number
creamsicle.
4 may have, I think number 4 may have my favorite no so far.
Man, it's like an orange creamsicle.
Yeah, it's really candy.
Yeah.
Little oak,
Candy.
little candy, little spice.
Smells
Yeah.
almost like a carnival.
Really?
Yeah, like when you walk, well, in a good carnival, you go there and they're not deep frying crap. They're deep frying candy. That's what
I think she means it smells like the guy who puts the roller coaster together.
Yeah. I was gonna say a good carnival, like one in Wisconsin and not one here in Michigan.
Yeah.
right.
We don't have good ones here either. So
Oh man.
yeah, man, four is nice.
4 is delicious.
Oh, that's good. I just
At
want
this
this as
point,
like
do
a
I
perfume.
disclose which one I liked more or not?
No, don't tell us.
Hey, don't tell us yet.
Yeah, you shut the hell up,
We don't
Gene.
need your
Yeah.
input ever.
What the hell do you know?
Oh yeah. Number 4 has all the things. It's got sweet, it's got spice, it's got oak, it's got a long lingering peppery. I'm digging that one.
It seems like more oily as well. Like more.
Yeah, it's oily.
That's
Yeah.
it.
It's
Scott,
got-
I don't want to agree with you ever, but you finally had a good note.
I love the darker like taste to it too. It's like a dark chocolate, dark cherry berry kind of
Yes.
thing.
Hang on, Kira. I have to interrupt you, David. What was that you were just saying a second ago? What was that?
We already forgot.
What?
Jesus. Okay.
I'm
knew
sorry.
Welcome to Shelf Turds. I don't know where I'm at.
Which barrel was that? 4?
We're talking. The one we're talking about is
398.
Yeah, 398.
That was good.
That one's
real. That was real nice.
that's like the first one I think that I've gotten chocolate or pepper on, and I think Scott nailed it with the oily. This is wow.
And that little hint of a little cherry pop in there.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe that's maybe a good call.
But is this our favorite because it's our last one that we tried?
Well, we'll run through them again real quick and kind of. I think I want to eliminate number 3 already.
Yeah, I think you could probably do that.
Yeah.
This way, we can start. We can narrow it down to these specific 3, and then make
Bad cream pie. Okay.
bad cream pie because I don't think we'll ever be able to get over that one.
Jason was just concerned about how the sticker may change.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have like Kira in the kitchen with a big pie, just like with a real grumpy face with a thumb down.
Oh man.
This sticker could go in like so many wrong places. I'll tell you.
As it should.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, Ethan says shelf and journey, popping cherries.
All right, I'm gonna go back to number 1, which was the 318. Let's see if that's changed at all a little bit.
We'll join you.
Wow.
Another thing too, do you want to add water this round?
Oh.
Why don't we go back through and then we'll add them on the third?
Yeah, I want to taste through one more time without, and then add a little bit and see what happens.
Sorry, Gene, you got shut down.
Killing me.
Gene works so hard, finds his barrels, sends them to us. He offers one suggestion, and we all smack the shit out of it.
I didn't. Scott did.
Man. Jeez.
Yeah, Scott turns into a crazy guy with the red hat. I mean, that's
Okay, so come back to A. I freaking love A. I mean, I'm not saying I like it better than D, but I am going to tell you that those are my 1, 2. A and D.
He's getting better.
I would agree. I would flip flop it though.
Really? I don't know about that.
Hang on, I got this little moose here.
You got a moose?
Here. Yeah, hang on, little moose here. Come here. Hey, look at this guy.
Oh no, you didn't dress up that poor bastard, did you?
No.
No, not Brewer.
Look at this hat.
Oh,
Look at that.
I love that.
Look at
I'm
this
just glad.
guy.
I'm just glad it's your dog. I thought you were calling to your wife.
look at this guy.
Look at. He's going hunting for sure.
Look at that hat.
Oh yeah, look at that hat.
It's like minus 64 degrees right here. No.
It's got
Okay.
multiple flaps. If he ran fast enough, he might fly.
All right. I gotta get back in the groove here.
So
All right.
Scott, I'm not saying I like A or D more than the other.
Yeah.
I think those are my top two, and right now, to me, they're neck and neck. They're entirely different.
They're so.
I would
different.
agree with you. I would
Yeah.
agree with you.
They're just boom boom.
A is very fake sugar to me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting like a fake lemon taste,
Mm.
which I mean it can be good. So don't take that in the wrong way, Gene.
Lemon.
Yeah, fake lemon.
I'm a lemon guy.
I love lemon.
I love lemon.
Like
Me
lemon,
too.
like lemon pledge.
This tastes like lemon pledge
There you go.
in a good way.
All right.
Or Windex.
No.
If everybody who's watching this right now doesn't want to buy a bottle of this, like, what is wrong with you? I mean, come on.
See, but now number two, which is 348. That nose is phenomenal right now.
Oh, it's like, what about? Are you getting like maybe a little more like maple syrup on that?
Yeah, it's like getting maple and toffee candy in this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
You nailed it.
Maybe some rock candy. I know that's real similar, but I'm getting rock candy.
Hey, just pick your candy, man.
There's no.
You ever had rock candy? Okay, back in the 90s, before you were born, in high school, people would make rock candy and bring it in. Rock candy was all the jam in the 90s.
Oh, whatever.
That was acid, David.
Barrel 348 also, I think, even though it's 155.6 proof, does not drink like it. That's probably it drinks lighter than what it is.
Hey, is there any like little bit of smokiness on that? Anyone getting like a little?
No smokiness, Mr. Hawk.
You're wrong.
Wrong.
Your
Human
experience is wrong.
Where's my mute button? How do I
I
take
love
over?
the
How
maple.
do I take over this stream here? Oh,
The maple
man.
is good. It feels a little hotter than I think D was, though.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like
Oh.
B for us, or Barrel 348, is the only one that drinks a twinge hot.
I love the nose on 348, but the palates on A and D are way better.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
I
right.
think Scott disagrees. Scott, can we take it
No.
off the table?
No, I'm dissecting all of this. I'm getting into pro mode here.
All right, let's wait.
Scott has a promo.
Let's all just wait.
No, just a promo. Like I'm doing a promo.
Pro mode.
Speaking of promos to do.
For like computer geeks, that's like DOS, like MS DOS.
Yeah.
I actually still program on DOS.
Yeah, Scott has a Super NES mode. It's better
I
than
was
NES.
just talking about DOS the other day. Like, what a shit program that is. That's horrible.
What is happening?
It's like war games. No one uses it at all.
All right, yeah. Are you guys comfortable eliminating 348?
Yes.
Okay.
Which one is that? Okay, so are we down to 1 and 4?
Yeah, we're down
You got
to
it, buddy.
barrel,
Okay, all right.
barrel 318 and 398.
Yes. This is gonna be a battle royale. They both bring something different to the table, and they are both phenomenal.
So at this point, I'm going to cater to Gene's request and add a
There
little
you
bit of water to this.
Okay. All right.
'Cause, that might help because if
We don't
you
have
gotta think if people get these bottles and they do want to water it down, it ends up.
I'm gonna be very official here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, Jason's freeballing it.
Yeah. And the thing too that I noticed is you can really, I mean, you can put a cube in it and it still holds up really well. That's, the one thing about high proof whiskeys is that you can throw ice in it and it opens up very well and it stays. It doesn't taste watered down for a long time.
You throw a cube in it brings it down to 150.
It still has, Matt.
Really lighten her up there.
That's another thing. I try stupid stuff when I've been drinking. Adding a cube of ice, or even like doing a glass full of like iced whiskey and then lighting it on fire would be a cool picture.
Man, I want to party. I want to party with Gene. I'm just saying this.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
too much.
four. Which one are you guys on? Or are you just going back and forth? 4, man, more citrus came out in it, and
Oh, I screwed up my A.
Yeah, I think the first one it got more candy to me, where the number 4 got, like you said, more citrus. Do you guys want to see my pal? Come here, Willow. Come here. Willow.
No, I've got my pal too.
Come here, Willow. Come here. Come on, baby girl.
Oh my! A little bit of water in the first one in 318.
Willow. Hi, Willow.
It's still to me though. 318 still brings out that rye note, and I don't know that that's better than D.
you're talking about 1 or A.
I'm sorry. I got A and I got 1 and I got a D. I got 4 and I also have 318 and 398.
Just call it A and D.
All right, A and D from now on.
Why can't we just stick to like 1 Dewey Decimal System and just like let's go with either one? It's either like stick with the alphabet or like a numerical system here. Okay.
I have SC 318.155.28, Scott.
Yeah, I love that one. So good. That one's so good.
Sounds like Scott's mailing address.
Yeah. Yeah.
The A with water in it is bringing out more minty to me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It definitely brought out the rye spice in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely my favorite.
Yep.
Gene, you did it. You threw it in there.
Well, he didn't know the word. He was like, what do I describe something that I like?
Well,
That I
Gene
like.
only
It's really
drinks
good.
Gene only drinks phenomenal high proof whiskey all day long. He has literal leftover handled jugs of it that he's just like, oh, this is the divorce jug. It's better than anything you have in your bar, you know.
Yeah, I mean, even here on my like crappy nightstand thing, I've got the a barrel pick that's the alleged Willet. I've got, let's see, 4 Roses store pick. I've got some Elijah Craig barrel proof. Just a ton of fun stuff.
I can't tell which one I like better.
I'm at a crossroads because they're both phenomenal. It's about what kind of flavor do we want in this barrel and in this bottle. Do we want something that's got some rye in it, or do we want to go more chocolatey, peppery? And I'm at a crossroads, guys. I'm stuck.
No, let's let the chat. So if the chat, whoever's watching, is going to be, maybe buying these bottles, would you want something a little bit more on the rye side? Do you want something a little bit more on the to David's point, a little something more chocolatey, maybe a little maple, maybe a little more oak too? What do you think?
Honestly, I am too, but man, I'm like loving like 4D.
I'm leaning that way, Scott. I am.
There is something about it that stands out a little bit more to me. I don't know what that is, but
there is some serious cacao power in D.
It's
just straight up cacao.
It's a killer too. 156 so far.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's actually the highest proof out of all of them.
There it is.
Yeah, chocolate pepper, go maple chocolate, go chocolate maple woods.
Uh-huh.
We have 1 vote for more on the rye side with Karen Ford.
I love you, Karen.
Thanks, Karen.
I love rye.
Oh man. Okay, so if I was listening to us, I would probably want something that has a little bit more of a rye or something that resembled like a high rye. The more I come back to D/4/NC 398.156.2.
D smells better too.
I think I'm with David on this.
The D is always good in the mouth. The D is always something you want in your hand.
Yeah, it is.
This is such a great D.
Yeah.
More than anything, the viscosity of D is kind of winning me over.
Yeah.
It doesn't drink like a regular light whiskey would. It's got a lot of just oily characteristics to it.
Yeah.
It's like a B in the hand and a D in the mouth. That's a perfect combination.
Scott, if I'm drinking water, you can't say that.
Sorry, I apologize. Sorry.
I almost spit secondhand water all over Gene's samples.
I almost love the D without any water in it.
I agree, Kira. I didn't like the D as much with water as I did without. I think without water, you get all those. It's more chocolate, it's more maple, all those flavors.
For sure.
I'm just trying to timestamp this thing to see where the 150, 60 proof stuff kicks in so I can go back and watch this shit show.
You guys are gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, "Oh shit, which one did I pick?"
God.
We're gonna wake up in 1984 tomorrow.
Well, there you go.
Oh my God.
Wait, I'm
All
not
right,
born
Gene.
yet.
So Gene, so the A one was your favorite.
Yeah, A was my favorite. I'm a rye guy too.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I even like rye over bourbon, which says
Oh.
something.
No one's
Yeah.
perfect, Gene.
I can totally see that. So real quick, so Gene, how many bottles will one barrel of this yield? You think, in average?
That's another great point. The Canadians consolidate, so you're going to get like 200 bottle yield out of this.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Do we even know 200 people?
We don't. We don't.
Oh, you do. You do. Trust me.
Let's see here.
Jason laughs. He's like, I know 5,000 million people.
The water
Yes,
washes
yes,
the funk off
that's
the D.
exactly what I'm saying, Ethan. The water washes the funk off the D. It's exactly what I'm saying.
I know Florida
said it
seems
too.
to have, like Florida seems to have like much more like kind of complexity and it's way more rounded out.
Yeah.
Four is
Love
something.
it.
4 is something to take home to your mother. 4 is literally that you found a keeper.
You found the busty gal.
You
Bring her
found,
home.
you found the busty Mexican. You brought her home. Your parents were like, "What?" And then you ended up
Mom.
marrying
Mom, the meatloaf.
Yeah, DC said it. DC says it all. Oily D, the meatballs were groovy 70s funky rock band.
her. Wow,
It's tough though, because when I keep going back to A, it's so damn good.
it is.
A is really good, but
But Gene, I think that's it though. Like the difference there, the rye-ish. If you're a rye guy, then at 100% makes sense because it's the only one of these that actually had that rye-ish profile. D to me is just that. I mean, everybody else said it, and I'm just repeating it. But oily, chocolatey, peppery,
Yeah.
finished for days. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I think a little more mint is coming out in that too.
Yeah, who knows what could happen as it opens up. So, Gene, I think we got a winner here. Let's Mash and Journey, Shelf Turds, whiskeychannel.com. Sign us up for SC 398, baby.
Okay.
398.
what if
Everyone-
it's the
everyone-
wrong decision?
We did.
Everyone's on board.
26 year, 156.2 proof, baby.
And don't water it down.
Oh
Don't
no.
let it down.
Hey, Gene, would this be the highest proof whiskey you've bottled to date? Technically,
He's probably got some Canadian whiskeys that are 170 proof in there.
Not 170, but I do have one. Let's see,
Jason's
77.
like, "That's joking."
It's going to be close.
Jesus.
It's going to be
Ooh.
close.
Who screamed?
Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, do you have a baby goat in there, Gene?
I do.
Oh, that was your baby.
A baby goat.
Aw.
God, no.
This could be the goat pick.
Yeah. So I think what we're gonna do, guys, is we got ourselves a hell of a pick right here. Gene, can you give us a time frame from barrel to bottle? What do you think?
Oh, if my partner's around tonight, it could be bottled by midnight.
What?
Yeah, we're stupid at our distillery. We stay up all night. We do crazy things. There was a store. You guys have heard of Hy-Vee? At least
Oh, yeah.
you have.
I don't even know.
We're from Michigan. We have the Circle K.
No, they're a grocery chain, and they're in I think 10 states. But a store manager picked a barrel at 7:00. It was bottled and in boxes by like 9:30.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Yeah.
Holy crap! All right, I gotta get to work on a sticker like right away.
So the only thing we'd be waiting on is the distributor actually picking it up.
Yes, we'll talk offline about which distributor we'll go with, and we'll also figure out how many bottles that David and Kira want for their patrons, and then we'll go from there. But this is I'm gonna get multiple. This thing is friggin' amazing.
Yeah, that's a fantastic one. And I think as that really like opens up and sits out for a while, that'll get even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go full Nassif on this, and we're gonna get like 5 bottles ourselves. This is
There you
super good.
Yeah.
You know what we can do too is
What?
I'm gonna have to ask.
Say it anyway.
Well, no. I can legally do it. No, what?
I mean, Gene, you are a lawyer.
I'll put it in 175s. Put it in 175.
The divorce?
You're gonna put that in.
No, he's
We
saying
could. If we did
Oh.
like, I mean, it would be expensive as shit. Don't get me wrong.
Dude, who's
Yeah.
ever had a barrel pick of a 175? Like,
Of
nobody.
157 proof.
Dude, that's oh my.
Oh my god!
I think all the alcohol has gone to our heads.
Yeah.
A jug, a handle, a
Yeah.
156.2. Sure.
Why not?
Just as-
Maybe,
Why not?
maybe we should chat tomorrow when we've had a little more Sprite or something. You're like a little more level-headed here.
Right.
And of course,
you
I wouldn't do it
Wisconsinite.
for all of it. Like, by all means, I wouldn't do it for all of it. But how
Oh.
cool would it be if we did do?
I
You know,
love.
all-
I mean, it's a shelter thing. Who doesn't want a 175 of the
Who the
turd?
friend was?
That's right. That's right.
Honestly, if you're gonna do a 175 of this, it should definitely go to David and Kira. If you
Oh
do
my god!
I was
Because
gonna
he's
say,
like, I'm
for,
not selling any of that shit.
for
No one
each
wants that.
channel, we could do it.
I want.
That'd be
I
pretty
want
cool.
I want a handle of this. I'm
Yeah,
buying some of theirs.
I definitely take a handle too, but I have to keep it outside. It's gonna inflame my house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Uncle Bug wants a handle.
Yep, people want handles. Handle me up. Handle me. Well, the thing about if we do handles, it's less bottles for everybody. That's the only thing.
And
That's
not only
okay.
that,
No,
but
that's all
imagine how expensive it would be. I mean, you're talking.
That's what I'm
like
thinking, Gene. It's going
a
to
couple hundred
be
bucks.
a lot. Yeah.
That being said, like, remember back in the day when they had the swing bottles? They were on like the little swing, and you had to tip it over.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I've seen those.
Oh yeah.
That'd be pretty. I mean, the concept is pretty cool.
What was
it
that? Like
used
an
to be a
old, that was
holiday
like old
thing.
granddad or something. I
Yep.
think.
It
Yeah.
was a holiday thing.
All right, guys. So yeah, we'll talk offline about the bottles and stuff. It looks like this is going to be bottled by tonight, so it should be pretty quick. Let's once we get our, we'll figure out what distributor we'll go with. Obviously, Scott and I will pick one of the two that can ship to the pretty much all the United States, and we'll figure out how many bottles that David and Kira want, and so they have their patrons that can get their hands on them. It's going to be. We're not going to tell you what the sticker idea is. We already actually have a sticker idea from the brains of David and Kira, so we can't wait to share that with you guys later on. But I want to thank Gene Nassif for coming on tonight. I really appreciate all the insight.
Thanks, Gene. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you guys. I would love to come on in the future and just share anything and everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. Anytime you want to join our Jankety channel, you let me know.
Oh,
Anytime.
absolutely. I was talking to you guys today that I wanted to do more YouTube videos, not necessarily random, reviews like everybody else does, but just, here's the new product, here's where it came from, here's the story behind it. And then also doing cocktails, doing, what I do.
Yeah.
Pour it in the glass, add water, different things that not every channel, I don't think, does, like make a cocktail with this whiskey because it might be good in a screwdriver or a, whatever else that's kind of funky. Eggnog. I've been doing eggnog recently.
So, yeah, I mean, an obtainium eggnog would be pretty cool.
So.
Yeah, I'm getting an echo from somebody.
Is it me?
It's not us. You muted us, and I'm like,
I don't think it's me.
did it again.
I think it is you guys. When I mute you, I don't get the echo.
Uh-oh. Is it us?
Damn turds.
You spend a lot of money on these stupid things.
You spent a lot of money on these things.
We spend a lot of money on these stupid things.
Damn it.
So, Gene, real quick, tell us when that Armagnac is launching.
Yeah.
Okay, take another swig and make us jealous. Keep going.
I will have samples sent out to you guys tonight.
Yes.
Actually, probably tomorrow, FedEx.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, unacceptable.
Oh, that's awesome.
But Armagnac should be out within the next week. I'm not sure. Sealbox is interested in some right now, and then a couple other websites. That way it can go nationwide.
Mhm.
Otherwise, Minnesota, a little bit in Iowa, Wisconsin, Tennessee, California. We'll have it on the shelves, retail.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right,
That's
guys. Well, I'm gonna call that a night. I want to thank David and Kira for coming on and helping us pick this ridiculously good barrel pick. Scott, thanks so much. And Gene, thanks again for coming on. This is a lot of fun. Everyone, go head over to Time Whiskey with Julie and Dan. We'll see you guys over there. And with that, cheers, guys. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna go drink a lot of water right now.
Cheers, guys.
Have a nice night.
Cheers. You
Thanks.
too. See you guys.